like maybe it was real. One more swing, one more spin. The house was smiling, letting me in. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast. Cash in my pockets, gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. I learned the hard way what hunger can do. It puts on a diamond face, then it runs right through you. One step back, one breath in, a little less thunder, a little more skin. No more craving, no more show. I want my feet on the ground, where the real ones grow. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast. Cash in my pockets, gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. I burned my lesson, now I know. Bet it all, and watch it go. Step up, step up, step up. Step up, step up. Step up, step up, step up. Saw the screen glow green, thought I had the code. One tap, one grin, then I doubled my load. Borrowed time, borrowed pride, pushed it to the edge with my finger on the slide. Fresh white shoes on the shaky floor. One more click, I was asking for more. Big talk, big ring, thin as smoke. I was dancing with fire and I felt that choke. Heart in my throat, hand on the wheel. I kept saying maybe, like maybe it was real. One more swing, one more spin. The house was smiling, letting me in. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast. Cash in my pockets, gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, baby. Now the room went cold when the line turned red. Tall, tall dreams fell down like a stack of lead. I chased that shine through a hungry rush. Found a velvet trap in a glossy crush. Every win got loud, every loss got mean. I was rich for a second, then I split the scene. No chain, no crown, no lucky hand, just a mouth full of dust where my promise had been. Oh, heart in my throat, hand on the wheel. I kept saying maybe, like maybe it was real. One more swing, one more spin. The house was smiling, letting me in. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast. Cash in my pockets, gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. I learned the hard way what hunger can do. It puts on a diamond face, then it runs right through you. One step back, one breath in, a little less thunder, a little more skin. No more craving, no more show. I want my feet on the ground, where the real ones grow. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Now I know that it all, and watch it go.
Good morning, everybody. Sound check, mic check, vibe check, all checks. Let me know if you guys hear me okay, if you guys see me okay. I have a whole bunch of updates for you, really, like even since London, I have so much new information for you that it's almost like a brand new day. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Cheryl, good morning. Michael. Man, I think Michael is literally the most popular name in the English language. Good morning, everybody. Have you ever been in a class where you were the only Michael around? I don't think so. Even my father was named Michael. I mean, like it's such a common name. It's unbelievable. Anyways, good morning, everybody. I have so much cool news for you. First of all, everybody who's a BK member and who's got the access to the dots indicator, brand new version. I know I told you yesterday was a brand new version, but this one is very cool because it's basically literally live update. What I showed you yesterday was statistical information that's from the last month, right? It's just stuff that we pulled from the back data and then stuffed into the OSU graduation had one Michael, really? Okay. Can you check gold? No, not right now. Forget gold. We're not dealing with gold. We just deal with NQ today. I want you guys to pay attention because what I have put together is an actual live updating data, live updating in real time on all of the continuity trades that are going on. More importantly, and this is the really, really cool part, and we'll see how well it plays out, is this little table over here, which doesn't have a header, because I guess I just haven't thought about putting the header in there, but I'll explain to you. This basically asks the question, if you buy a dot, if a dot appears on the screen, if it's a green dot, you're asking the upside question. If it's a red dot, you're asking a downside question. The question you're asking is, if there's a dot candle and the candle after the dot candle does not break its low, in other words, does not invalidate that candle, what's the probability that off that candle, from this candle over here, we're going to get a 5-point move forward? And it's calculating that in real time against the last 3,500 candles, right? And you can make it less. I can make it just one day today because I think actually today's data is going to be a little bit worse. But it's telling you basically 80.7% of candles that fit this criteria are going to go 5 forward. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to make five forward 80% of the time. What it just tells you is that there's a strong continuity component to this, and you can trade that, which is kind of what I'm doing. But I'm not relying on the fact that it's an 80% trade. I'm just relying on the fact that it's generally an 80% trade. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to be able to come back with larger size and have it work. And I'm going to come back with larger size and have it work. And I'll show you the probabilities of that as we go forward. But the point being is you now have 2 live updating pieces of statistical data that tell you if the continuity trade is working or not working, and which of the continuity trades are working best or not best. Okay, so for now, I'm basically trading the what we call the survivorship table. The idea that I think I went long. Which one did I go long on? Let me see. Let's see. I'm trading today. We're going to trade with our friends from Ola. We're going to trade the Ola accounts today. And the Wealth Charts accounts for Apex. So we're going to trade of 8 on Ola, Wealth Charts on Apex. Let me just see, where's my trade on this? Where did I enter? This one. Okay, so I'm long this one. Let me get rid of this right now so it doesn't pollute. Okay. I am long this candle over here. This candle. So here's a green dot. This candle did not invalidate, and I've been actually sitting in this trade for the last, I guess, 5 minutes. and we'll see if we can resolve it. And I'm just scalping for five on this. What's very, very cool about this particular approach is you get lots of opportunities. Dots pop up all the time. If they don't get invalidated, they become a trade, and they offer you the opportunity to to resolve that trade. So I already resolved a few of the trades, and we'll see how it goes. So in this particular structure, and by no means am I saying to you that this is a guaranteed winning probability. It's just within the probability spectrum that I'm looking at, I'm pretty happy with this risk-reward ratio, which is I'm trading 5 target, 15 stop. I don't expect to win every single one of my first level trades. What I am hoping under the best of conditions is that I expect to win 3 out of 4 of those trades. And I expect to win, hopefully, at least 3 out of 4 of the next level trades, and hopefully 4 out of 5 of the very last level trades. And if I can do that, the net accretion to my P&L is going to be positive. So I'll show you how this is going to work all in real time using this particular scalp, and I'm going to show you specifically on the OLA accounts. I'm also going to show you occasionally the ranges may be so small that we could have both a buy signal, which I am in here. You see, look at this. This buy signal has been in play for 5 minutes and hasn't fully resolved. And now I have a sell signal, right? Now I have a sell signal. So if I have a sell signal triggering at the same time as I have a buy signal, I'm just simply going to place it in the other account, in the 160 account, and trade that. But in order for the sell signal to stay valid, this particular candle cannot exceed the high of this candle, which is 94.5. If it does, then that red dot gets invalidated, and it's no longer a operational trigger. So it's very, very simple. It's basically saying, you have some momentum candles. As long as the momentum stays in place, as long as price doesn't reverse the momentum, the probability of further momentum is pretty high, right? So actually, this one did not get invalidated, ironically enough, and we can go into the 160 account, which is what I'm going to do, and sell it. So we're now kind of both long and short. Not ideal, and certainly unlikely that's going to both of the accounts are going to win, but hopefully one of them will win, and the other one we're going to put into the repair status, and I'll show you what the repair status is and how basically I'm betting on conditional probability to kind of give me positive edge in the end. I'm going to explain it to you in a very, very simple 5th grade level mathematics, so it should be pretty easy for everybody to understand. I don't have any bias for gold, and I'm not trading gold. I really kind of decided, guys, that I'm trading one instrument at a time. I can't deal with trading 2 instruments at a time. It really, really destroys my focus. I burnt so many. Okay, so the short trade works. And the other trade is still in play, but it's probably going to get stopped out. We'll see. So the short trade resolved, right? And now we have another red candle. We're not taking if this candle completes, we're not taking the candle. We're looking at the candle after that. As long as it survives the high, we'll take the trade the other way. Okay, so now we can go back. This is perfect. Now we can go back to the 61 account, right? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, we're going to go back to the 61 account. And sorry, let me just organize now. I hate running 2 accounts in Tradingview. It's really, really hard to manage. Okay, so we're now in the 61 account, and this long did not work. So now we're going to see if this candle doesn't fill the highs here. And if it doesn't, we're going to go into this trade at a 4 lot and see if we can help repair the trade that we lost. And it's pretty obvious that it's not going to, right? I mean, you never know. 25 seconds, it could reverse. But the thing for us that we're going to watch is where it ends up. And the idea here is that if it ends up somewhere here, the probability that it's going to go down 5 more points should be around 81%. All right, so we're short here. Let's see if we can get the movement down. By the way, guys, those of you guys who traded with me in London, I did bring that account back all the way to flat, which was, I know, kind of crazy. I took this down minus 600 in London and brought it back off screen because I knew once I kind of focused, I was able to do it. But one of the ways I did it was just kind of focusing on this, dot continuity trade as we did here. So we'll see. We'll see how well this trades. This may retrace against me and not go down. And then we'll have to go to repair level 3. But the idea is kind of actually, you know what? Let me explain to you. This is like all of the data that we have, but what we're really interested in is today's data. So you're going to see today's data is not as good. It's been a much tougher day. So 0 tells you all the back data. If we do 1500, which is basically how many candles there are in a day, you're going to see that the data declines. It actually becomes 78%. Not horrendously worse, but definitely worse. And that's something to keep in mind. That's why I keep my sizes relatively small, because I want to have lots and lots of ammunition to be able to repair. And the repair idea is basically based upon just very simple conditional probabilities. So let's just make this a really bad ratio. So almost hitting my target, but not quite. Let's say that it's only 75% consistent for the next 5 points, right? Which is essentially equal to excuse me, 25% against, or 1 1/4, right? If you were just to do this on a fraction basis, right? So conditional probability basically says, what's the probability of me losing, if I lose 25%, right? What's the probability of me losing 25% 2 times in a row? And that would be 1/4 times 1/4, which is equal to 1/16. So effectively, 16 times, 1 out of 16 times, I'm going to hit 2 losers. Now, this is all ideal. In real life, it could be, like I could be one out of like right now, I already lost 1, and this is a second loser in a row. Presumably, it should only be 1 out of 16 probabilities, but it could be, much lower than that. So then I want to take it even a step further, because I want to have more ammunition in my tries. And I want to say, what's the probability if I do this 3 times in a row, right? Because I can go 3rd time for the repair. And that one is, 1 times 1 out of 4, 16/4. Where's my calculator? Here it is. It's The probability is like 1 out of 64, right? 1 out of 64 trades, I'm going to blow up 3 times in a row, right? Not ideal, like honestly, not great. And it shows you like why today's is kind of not a great day of continuity. Because think about how different it would be if this was truly, if today was a day where it was 80% accurate. Then it would be 1 out of 5 times, just to show you the difference, 1 out of 5 times 1 out of 5. And what that means is that only 1 out of 125, only 1 out of 125 trades is a blow up trade. Now, if I have those odds, going 3 deep into any setup is clearly a really, really good edge, right? Today, the edge is kind of, not ideal, but it is what it is. Just, at least you know what your chances are, what your odds are. We're going to try and play it. And the idea here is to run this to the, which account? This is the 61 account. We'll try to run this account to equities, 168 to 300, right? Just to the next 100, and run the other account to also 300. Both of them running into the next $100 with $20 trade scalps. So each trade scalp is going to be 5 points, 2 contracts to start with. Let's see how well we can do during the New York trade on all this possibilities. But it creates ADP news came in. How was the ADP news? It creates a very clear understanding of what's happening to us statistically throughout the day as we're taking trades. The other thing, by the way, you notice is that the market is really, really dead, right? There is no dots, so there's not even any signals for us to take, which is fine. But because it keeps you out of the market when there's no discontinuity. Remember, we make all the money when there is dislocation, not discontinuity. We're looking for dislocation, which creates continuity. This is a dislocation. Every time there's a dot, there's a dislocation in price up and down, and hopefully that creates a little bit of continuity for us. Right now, it's complete equilibrium, right? So we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs, but it is what it is. We're staying in the trade, and this may be level 2 that we're going to get eaten up, and then we're going to have to go to level 3 and try to see if we can repair it at level 3. But that's how the odds play out, regardless of how it is, especially on these large size accounts. It's really only $200 or $300 worth of drawdown if you go to full level 3 approach. But what will be interesting to see is how close real life odds are to what the market, what the stats are telling us, because we all know that in real life the stats can be much worse. But at least we have, we're coming in here with our eyes wide open. We know what the numbers are for us to trade, right? Does that make sense to everybody? Give me a +1 if you understand what I'm basically showing you as far as the numbers go. What was the ADP number? Pretty good. Not bad. Not bad. We have the services PMI coming up. That should be really interesting. 10 o'clock. So a little bit of data today. Definitely. The very cool thing is that all of this data is live. So it really updates and it gives you just sort of the latest read on what's working. It's also telling you, what's working, like pull away trades are working, but confirms are not. All of that is feeding off literally the latest data set you can possibly see that's running in Tradingview, which I thought was really, really cool. Somebody had asked me. Also, it means, by the way, here's the other cool thing. You can go on a different time frame chart. If you don't like to trade the 1 minute and you want to see what the odds are on the 5 minute, for example, you can change to the 5 minute and it will tell you what the odds are. You see how the odds have really increased on the 5 minute. This one still has to stay on a 1 minute chart. I think although I don't know why. I thought we were supposed to pull it from 5 minutes or more. But anyways, maybe I'll fix this live feed data. But you see how the green dot data, if you're using the 5 minute chart, you're actually working on much better odds than I am on 1 minute, which is, as it always is, as it always should be. It's just that I'm going to get a lot more frequent signals, and I'm hoping that the frequency of my signals overcomes the inaccuracy. That's basically it. But pretty cool, right? Now, how you want to manage this? Do you want to just cover it right now? I'm gonna grin and bear it and see if I could hit the 5. But if I was like sort of seriously trading myself, I probably would just simply cover it. 3/4 of a loaf is better than none, right? Kind of a thing. Let's see if it resolves. It might just completely reverse against me here. So we'll see. Come. All right. And I managed to hold on to it. So here's the thing, right? So now we have a dot. We have a red dot. We have 37 seconds left. This got resolved. I wanted to bring it up to 200. I want to try to bring it up to 300. Let's trade it on a 61 account. Let's keep so level 2 resolved, right? After really torturing us for quite a long time. But that's the whole point, is that you're sort of trusting the data as it's printing. So now we have 10, 11 seconds left with a dot candle. This is hopefully not going to get invalidated. It doesn't look like it's going to. And we can come back in, and sell. All right. Now, one of the things that I really like about the structural idea behind this. Hold on a second. Why is this? Where am I in? Oh, no, that's correct. That's correct. Okay. Is very often you'll see that the entry sometimes is actually mid candle, or even sort of like third of a candle. So that second, waiting post dot, waiting after the dot candle. As long as that dot candle preserves the trend, meaning it's not invalidating the highs or invalidating the lows, often gives you a better entry, which is why you have a generally high probability of resolving that +5 move. So let's see if we can get another +5 move here. Let's see where we can go. There you go. You see what I'm saying? Now, here's where it gets kind of hard, and I honestly don't have a good answer for you. You could just keep going, and a lot of times, once we start having a trend, momentum has its own dynamic, right? So if you sort of this trade got resolved, you're now operating off of this candle, right? I haven't quite figured out how to count the trade. Do I start a fresh count from this candle, since this is a trade that got resolved? I think maybe that's what I do. I'm going to pause instead of assuming, this was the candle. This candle preserves the thing. I think we're gonna pause on this one. So every fresh dot candle that we're not in a trade in, we're going to wait and see, if the candle afterwards preserves its highs or lows, and then we're going to come back and follow it. Although easily I could have taken this trade, this would have also resolved. I'm always like I'm still at a loss on the technique of how do I enter? Do I pause or do I just simply keep pounding it? As long as I get resolved, I keep pounding it, keep pounding, which honestly definitely works. But let's give this a shot. Let's see what this wants to do. Anybody have any questions of what I'm doing here and how what I'm showing you? Three, two, one, boom. All right, let's see if this comes back and resolves. I'm doing 2, 4, 8 levels. Yeah, I'm doing 2, 4, 8 levels, which are not perfect resolution levels, but they're close. And Alex, and it's actually, Michael, you're asking me a good question, because here's the okay. You guys are. I can erase this, right? Everybody is pretty clear on the conditional probability ratios. Give me a yes if I can erase this, or no if you want me to keep it on the board for just a little bit longer, because I want to show you the general idea of what I'm trying to think about. Yeah, exactly. Can I erase this, guys? Okay. So let's clear this up. Let me show you like an ideal 10 trade layout. Let me show you an ideal 10 trade layout, right? It's good. Okay, so that got done. Nice. I'm going to stop trading for a second just to show you what I have in mind. So imagine I have 10 trades, and I'm going to simulate the probabilities of how it's going to go. So I'm going to go 20, 20, 20. Imagine that the next one is a stop. Let's just say it's a stop, and so that would be minus 60. The next one is a double, so that would be plus 40. Right? Sorry, plus 40. Then we go back to 20, 20, 20. Again, I'm simulating this. So minus 60 and then 40, right? So that is a 10 trade pack, which is, let's say that's about an hour's worth of work, maybe a little bit longer. And when you're looking at that whole component, right, what you have, I believe, is it's 60. This offsets this 60. This 60 offsets this 60, and yes, you're basically making plus 80. So you're looking to do 100 an hour on a micro position. That's where you're at. You're basically at about plus 80 per hour, growing the account, right? That's the general ideal structure of where you want to go. Okay, here's a dot. It's holding the highs, so legit trade for us. And this assumes that this is how distribution is going to be like this. That's pretty ideal distribution, but that's what I'm working off of. Okay, so all right, so this preserved, this did not break the highs. Let's see if I can get another 5 points out of the whole thing. The thing about this that I think, and by the way, you can adjust your own ratios and do everything else that you want. But the thing about this that I think is a lot more palatable is everything is fixed. So at least you can understand, in the other way that I'm trading was, let me trade the highs, let me trade the lows, let me adjust dynamically. And all of that is great when you're trading for yourself, but it's very, very hard for somebody who's watching the trade to begin to understand dynamics, because you're like, what the fuck? What was his stop here was 10, then there was a stop here was 20, and then here his target was 15, and here his target was 3. Here, it's a very, very clean, fixed formula, which you're applying against, whatever reality is unfolding in front of us. And, whether it works or not, we'll see. But there's a whole structural landscape of probabilities that we can at least see develop in a very, very clean, non-subjective manner. And that creates, hopefully, lots of stuff. Now, I'm not interfering with any of these trades. If I was myself, I'd probably be interfering. I'd be closing them, but whatever, I'm not. But what I am trying to do here is, okay, I'm trying to run this one to the 300 level, and then try to run the other one, to the 300 level, and just kind of, do this stuff continuously. And then maybe we'll switch over to the wealth charts accounts and trade those. But what again, what you see is that I picked up and I missed a few trades here. Where the money is at, where all the money is at, is in these slices, right? And we know throughout the day there's at least 10 hours or 10 slices like this, maybe even 20 slices like this, where it's 20, 30 minutes of uninterrupted directional flow. And if we can catch that uninterrupted directional flow, and because we have the stats behind us, we can capitalize on it. This is just one version of kind of trading this, the BFF dot stats. There's lots of different other ones. The other couple of setups that I can show you that that I think that are a little bit more positional, that are interesting, I'll describe them to you as well. Any questions, guys? Anything else on your mind? Oh, man, my nose is so itchy. So I don't even know. I'm curious. How many trades did I do so far on this concept here? So here we came long, resolved. Then here, I think I was short. We got stopped. Here we got resolved. Then we got two. Two. So this is like 3 consecutive level 1 trades, I think, on here. Okay, I'm missing a couple, and this basically I easily missed about 3 more. So I could have clearly been in my target. This is a very, very clean move here, right? I'm explaining this to you, and I'm doing like every 3rd trade that I could be doing, which is fine. But it's better that you guys understand the concept, because I can trade this any hour of the day, any day of the night. Once you understand it, it's a very, very repeatable process. So, I miss trades, I can easily make them back, just like I made back all of the money here on wealth charts. But if you guys learn the setup, it really is going to help you through any time of the day to be able to kind of put that into play. At least I hope so, right? I mean, is everybody on board with this? Oops, shit. Sorry, I'm yapping and I'm late. The other thing is, you really want to zone in on doing the trade. You really want to zone in on doing the trade. I'm gonna give this a shot just for shits and giggles. No, it's gonna invalidate. It's fine. I'm not gonna pull it. I really actually I do want to just for shits and giggles. I'm going to I can't help but do a shits and giggles. All right, good. Made that back, made that in there, because after a very, very long trend, the trade back up to the moving average is going to be a pretty good one for plus 5 points. That's not the trade that I want to show. So aside from this very, very clean statistical trade, which today is not optimal, right? It's not horrendous. It's improved. It was like at 76% in London. London was a fucking disaster for us. It was just, dot up, dot down, dot up, dot down, just total chop. And then Trump came out with, more Iran news, and that blew us. First, we made money, then it blew us up on the reversals. It was just like very, very hard trade in London today. But I managed to survive and then, and bring it back. But like, this is clearly improved statistically. Still not great, but I guess it's better than it was just a couple of hours ago. In a perfect world, I want to see these things be close to 80. I want it to be above 80. But the continuity today better than it was even a couple of hours ago. We see that the 8 o'clock hour live shows the dot confirms are kind of ugly, but the pullaways are very good. The pullaways are, and remember, what this is working on is the assumption that you take a pullaway trade with a 10-20, meaning 10 target, 20 stop. So if you're trading this sort of during this time, this is actually a very, very positive trade. Remember, you're 66% break even. You're now 5% above break even on this particular structure, right? By no means a guarantee, but at least it gives you a really good understanding of how these trades work in real time. Not in stale data, not in canned data that I had originally stuffed this with you, but on the most recent data, the most recent 229 hours of data during this particular time frame, how well they work, So kind of cool, right? All right, another dot. So see if we get a little bit more continuity. So the other thing that I really want to show you, I got to show you some examples of this. This is very cool, and this goes to the amber and blue dots, blue candles, which are very interesting for those of you guys who are either trading turn or continuity, but I would say on a much on a non-scalping, on a more day trading basis, where you could go for 20, 30 points a trade. And this is, we're actually right now setting us up for this particular setup. So blue candle, red dot, that is continuity to the downside. Prices rallied and then it just flushed it down the tubes, right? Really, really good setup if it appears. It was actually showing it to us now, but not happening. Blue candle, white dot, that is a reversal confirm, right? So for example, this candle right here, which is neon green, this closes. This gives us confidence that we can try and take it to the upside on a reversal basis, with the blue being our stop, and we can try to manage it. And we can take a couple of day trades on this as well, or non-scalp trades, more positional trades. So you have like this incredible richness of opportunity to look for ideas, not just pure scalping basis, but on the candle basis. So what's really cool about this is the dot kind of reveals whether this is truly a reversal signal or a continuation signal, right? And then we'll just do we'll just have a fun time trying to trade this just for shits and giggles. All right, buy. And the stop has to be, I'm going to put myself underneath here, and we'll see if I get a true reversal here. Small size, whatever. But it's just to show you, I want to show you in real time how this particular setup can also be a really fruitful idea for you guys. Any questions on that? Everybody following me on that? So to mark this up, it's the blues confirmed by the white dot, right? That we're looking for a possible reversal move in the price structure. And by the way, these reversal moves could be very, very small, or there could be like multiple hundreds of candles large if you're a positional trader, which I think is kind of nice and cool. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. I'm getting allergies and just like my nose is really, really itchy. $33 is my target. What do I think if it hits 5, move stop loss to +4 instead of closing? Yeah, you do that. You do you, Michael. That's if you want to, what's going to happen is 1 out of 3 or 4 of those trades could be a runner, but that runner is going to pay for all the stop outs. It all depends on what you want to do. But yeah, if you're trying to capture the runner, you might be able to get a really good runner. Remember, if you're starting early and you're catching this big continuity move, you could get a nice, really, really good runner coming up your way, right? So I don't have any issues with that. Oh man, come on already. We're looking for 33. This is just like pulling teeth here. Let's go. 75, 30. Nope. All right, whatever. I'm staying in this very, very quiet trade for positional purposes. We'll see if it works. So the other interesting trade for positional purposes is when we get to the yellow candle. So we're getting a yellow candle now, so it's kind of interesting for me to showcase this for you. Same idea, but in reverse. And by the way, when you get the inverse of this, it's really, so if you get it right now, unfortunately, this yellow candle is going to go away. Let me find you an example of a good yellow candle. Yeah, so this is London, and this London was just a truly a horror show. So here's we finally got done. Okay, good job. So look at this. We the reversal did happen, and we got done. I'm not going to trade the dot scalps with you for a second because I want to show you the yellow positional reversal idea. And no doubt it can be a true challenge. So you get a yellow candle that is really engulfed by the white dot, right? If you get the yellow engulfed by the white dot, that's a great reversal, right? You take that with a stop, the lowest point between the two of them, and you have this was actually a really good trade. You bought the 56s, the stop was 46, it went like 20 points, your way. Really, really big move. The inverse of that is you get a yellow candle, and it's confirmed by the purple or the red candle, meaning the yellow is telling you things that are going down, right? The green reverses that impulse, and you have a great move to the upside. The red confirms that impulse, and then again, same idea. You're trading the high between the two, which in this case is going to be 72s. You're coming in at 55, and it drifts all the way down to like 43, 44 before it kind of exhausts itself. So you have both a reversal and a continuation. Now, the key thing is you got to make sure that these are engulfing candles, because a lot of times you're going to get this kind of a bogus. Let me show you some kind of bullshit. Where did I see this? See, you have like very nice engulfing moves here. Nice. This is an engulfing move that dies out, that fails. Which, by the way, the interesting part is this engulfing move fails over here, and then this becomes a continuation signal, which you can take on a secondary basis against this high for more of a continuation move, right? So you can trade them both ways. So like right now, we took the blue to white. Maybe we'll take a yellow to red, or if we get a yellow and then we get a green, even better. That means this is really turning, and we want to take it back up to maybe to midpoint. So within those two constructs, you have some very, very interesting possibilities. You see how the continuity is decreasing, right? This is really interesting. It's very important. It's telling you, hey, today is not a lovely day. Today is going to be a challenging day. So don't, first of all, don't get upset. And secondly, maybe, don't get aggressive. It's pretty cool, right? That it's updating in real time and giving you feedback instantaneously. All right, here comes a dot. We're actually like sort of close enough to the 300. So let's move over to the 160 account. Try to move this one to the 300. So we'll just trade pure dot scalps here for a little bit. What time is it? It's 5 of 9. And see what we can do. See what we can do there. See if we can get a little bit of continuity here. So this one does not look like it's going to invalidate the lows, which means it's going to give us a chance to come in. This is 160. We're on 160. I'm in the wrong count. All right, let's buy it. So again, just 515, clean fixed ratios. Let's see how it plays. And it doesn't, right? Totally reverses. Now it's giving us a red dot, which means if this is a red dot, maybe we get a chance to play it in the other account on the opposite side. We'll see. But it's not unusual that this is failing the continuity test, because it's only 77% accurate so far, which means 1 out of 4 of these things is going to fail, which means we're going to probably have to go to repair, and that's fine. Remember, we're thinking of this as a batch of 10 trades, so it helps us to process. Okay, so we got stopped, and we're actually now going to go to the 4 large and see what we can see, because obviously this is a candle that's not going to invalidate this highs unless it really rallies. But we're going to wait patiently and see what we can do here. $18 seconds left. All right, we're in here. Okay, so that resolved, repaired that trade. We go back to the two lot. And by the way, there's no reason why you can't start. I think, especially on this large account, you can't start with a 4 lot. I mean, if you think about this, if you're like in a 79, 80% environment, and you're running 4 lots, it's just 2 trades and you're up 100 for the day. You don't have to do that much work. And if you're really, if you're in a good environment, maybe you can make 300-400 a day off of just, a few, 2 hours worth of trading, and you really beef up the account. The whole idea is to grow the account a very consistent amount of money every single day. And that, and that obviously takes you to target in a very smooth fashion. Oh, this one gets invalidated. So I think I am going to trade it like I make a trade, it gets resolved. I then wait for the next dot confirmation. And what I mean by confirmation is that the next candle has to not invalidate the the dot structure, and if it doesn't, then I'll go in because if you start pounding, you're gonna hit the retrace moves. In a super strong move like this, you're gonna be fine. But those are what 2 or 3 times, 4 times a day, kind of like this. A lot of times we're gonna get this jagged moves, and this hopefully helps you avoid the jaggedness of the retrace part of the price action. Now, by the way, as we're looking here, we got blues, right? So this is a great example of what we can trade continuity reversal. Blues followed by white dots. We can trade the reversal trade. Followed by red dots, we'll try to trade the continuity trade. So there's always something interesting setting up for us within a defined risk structure that hopefully keeps everybody engaged and moving forward. You guys are super quiet today. Where's everybody? Where's Astrologer today, man? I think he's been MIA last few days. Me putting all this structure into the room probably takes the whole fun out of degeneracy at this point. But I really think that giving you guys the structure really makes it much easier for everybody to operate within your own approach, right? You guys agree? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down as to whether you like the fact that this is a lot more structured. In a sense, it's very, very definitive entries, exits, stops, instead of just much more dynamic stuff. Paulette, thank you, Paulette. Paulette, where you at? What city are you in? That's the best line. I love that line. Ben, I'm stealing that from you today. Oh, that's funny. You see what Ben said? That's really, really funny. That's literally the human condition, right? Oh man, if that isn't the truth. Oh, Bahamas. Wow. Nice. Nice. It's hot and humid. That's the way I like it. I'm the person that goes to Miami in August, and I'm perfectly happy sitting like a beached whale on South Beach. Not sitting in South Beach. I'm just perfectly happy floating like a beached whale on South Beach in the ocean. Like I love 85-degree warm water. I can be there forever. Yeah. Oh, we're watching. Sorry, guys. I'm not paying attention. So this is if the red dot stays, it's a confirm to the sell side, right? And so far not happening, but would have been, would be an interesting trade for us if it happened. So far it did not happen. Okay. Interesting within the structure. Oh my God. There was Who's from Miami? Anybody from Miami here in the room? Anybody hanging out with me here who's from South Florida? Raise your hand. Oh, who knows Miami really, really well? So long time ago, there used to be a place called David's Coffee on 8th and Collins. It's no longer there. Like, you know, I think they have an outpost on Lincoln Road, but they literally had the greatest cafe con leche, or just purely the greatest coffee ever made was at that center. They had a whole bunch of, you know, old Cuban ladies, little abuelas, who would just be mixing the sugar inside the espresso and then pouring milk. And it doesn't even qualify. Like no other coffee in the world even qualifies as caffeine compared to that coffee. That coffee was just rocket fuel. It should have been illegal. I don't know if anybody has ever been to David's and had it, but it was really awesome. All right, we have a reversal trade. Confirm trade. Blue gets confirmed by the green. We're going to go long on this thing and make a play for it. I'll just trade a single, although I'm actually perfectly happy to trade a double. We're going to trade this around the highs, lows here. Okay. So the stop here actually is going to be, it's boom, boom, boom. We're almost there. Almost there. Come on. It just came up. Oof. You see the combo, guys? You see the combo? Blue confirmed by the green, meaning the, you know, buying power is confirmed. We buy the flow. It works fine. I could have done larger. I just trading, you know, very, very conservatively. But kind of cool, right? Just pick the spots and hit them. So nobody's from Miami. I can't believe nobody remembers David's Coffee. All right, we are 25 minutes to the open. Have a dot trade. Invalidation would take this candle below 25. Candle staying at, you know, at this level. So let's see if we can get a play. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Buy. All right, we're in play. Let's see if we can get any continuity. Wow. By the way, I just noticed that you noticed that the numbers went even worse, right? We're at 76. We started at around 78. So again, note the stats. It's a churny, burny world. Looks like 5 handles. What do you mean? Oh, how many is my TP? Yeah, it's 5. It's a nickel. But this is just me. You know, I like to trade. I have a short. The reason I have 5 is because this is the ratio that I can basically hold it. You know, if I have to hold a trade for more than 2 minutes, I'm already losing patience. You know, you could create different ratios for yourself, depending on what kind of, you know, positional trade you want. If you're a positional trader, you could have been in this trade holding the bottom, looking for 20, 30 points, which you probably could get. The beautiful thing is, but the candles give you really interesting entry conditions, and depending on your personality, creative approach, you can get some very, very good exit conditions. I mean, like Michael is talking about the idea of like you can take one of these entry conditions and hold one, maybe several lots, hold one lot back and just simply hold it at break even and milk it, maybe for 30, 40 points. You can do that as well. It's all depends on what you are comfortable doing as a trader. Who's new in the room here today? Come say hi to me. See a lot of new people here. They're all crawling in here. It's 9 o'clock. We're starting to pick up a little price action. Let me know. Let me know what's going on with you guys. Oh my God, man. My nose is so itchy. Oh, here comes a yellow candle. Looks like this continuity trade is we're gonna have to resolve. We're gonna have to repair. It's just died out on us. It's actually, I think, how far did it come into our? What did we come in? We came in here 29. We needed 34, and it just died in front of us at 33. Like it was literally a point undone, which has been the story of the day today. So, we're definitely fighting, but that's fine. We're fighting without really bleeding too much, which is exactly what I want to be. The other account is already towards target. This one, we'll just trade to target as best as we can. Oh my God. We have ISM services on tap today. ADP came in a lot better than people thought, or marginally better, which is good. Again, I was going to say, I'm not going to manage the trade. I'm just going to let it float. So this one, kind of floated. So here, by the way, is interesting. Here's a trade. Yellow reversed by green, right? That's a reversal signal for us. If this green dot holds, again, big if. Oh my God. But if it does hold, we're going to be long here against, this lower stop here. Again, let's trade one. Okay, I'm in here. I took this early only because my stop was not, like, the natural stop was underneath here, which was too big a risk. And I was, you know what, I don't want to get, I could retrace this back midpoint, just not worth it. We'll take what we can get. So fine. We took what we can get. We're probably going to, I don't know, maybe there'll be another set up before the market opens up, but we'll see how the market trades. Hey, astrologer, good morning. Whole new data set here. Live updates, like actually not canned data. This is literally being fed from TradingView, telling us probabilities all the way through the sets. George, anyone with problems with Trade Evade 5 hours ago and not active yet? Well done in a minute. That's interesting. I've had that happen sometimes, George, where they do take a while, but it's not like consistent. It's just awkward. Michael said that they have a Trade Evade issues. I'm okay with trade. I'm trading Ola Trade Evade today. I'm trading Ola Trade Evade today, so I'm okay with Ola. But yeah, Trade Evade is always a little bit of a pain in the ass. So we'll trade Ola till about 9:30, 9:45, and then I'll switch over. We'll try to. I want to run the well charts accounts and see what we can do on that. Okay, so flipping your posture, and again, take everything with a grain of salt right now because it's all kind of choppy. But here you have the yellow candle. We took the green, it extended a little bit. Now we're getting essentially a reversal confirm. We're getting a sell confirm. So selling this right now against the high over here is a pretty reasonable trade. All right, we'll short here, see if we can get an extension down to the other side. $36 seconds into the candle. This also is the scalp trade that we can do, which is, you have a red candle. It's got about a 77% chance that if this thing does not take out the highs, there's going to be a 5-point movement in our direction. But we'll see. Right now, I'm just basically trading this yellow to red confirm and see if it actually holds. Let's see what's going on in the news here at all. 'Just looking at whatever headlines we have here. So interesting, we took the yellow, the green. I mean, if we were underneath it, this looks like it's a big reversal trade the other way. So we'll just try to repair it the other way. as long as this candle holds, it's a yellow green big reversal. Those are the best, generally the best trades we have. Tradingview canceled several accounts. Yeah, Dr. D was telling me this yesterday. He was telling me that they canceled the accounts and they had to reinstate them all, which is kind of interesting. Oh, sorry, guys. Oh, I'm really dealing with the allergies here. Dealing with the allergies and the choppy markets that show no continuity whatsoever. All right, let's see what happens here. Okay, so finally resolved on this, on the whole big reversal trade. We got about 10 minutes to the market open. We'll hold off on anything, and we'll try to trade after the market opens up. See if I can run this up to the 300 level. We'll see. I'm sorry, guys. I sound like a stuffed animal. Lesotho, that is far away. How's the internet in Lesotho? So kind of, price action here. Pretty jacked, right? But if we're just sort of focused on trading the dot, which is right now basically a 77% trade, this resolves, right? This resolves. barely. I think this is 29. I can't tell. 30.50. This actually could have stopped us out. It just would have been brutal before resolving. This, I think, resolves because this is a 36, comes down to 25, comes back up and resolves. And this resolves. Yeah, so the difference is like it's pulling less data, right? Ben, that's why, and I'm actually, one of the things that I forgot to do is I thought the AI put the function in there, but I guess it didn't, is you could choose live feed or data feed, like data feed. Because remember, live feed is going to just only have 245 samples, whereas the big data feed is going to have 2,000 samples. So this is kind of skewed on the most recent data set. That's why it's giving you a little bit of a more optimistic scenario. Because it's only giving you like last 5-10 days worth of data versus the CAN one, which gave you like fully 30 days worth of data. You don't have it in the middle at the top. Where do you have it? You can adjust it, Michael. You can go inside here, go all the way to the last configuration table. It says show survivor and survivor table position, and you can choose wherever you want to put it. I'll make sure you may be. I think you may have like one version back, so just delete it and put the new version on there. It should say live, but just make sure it's it's the new version. All right, 5 minutes to the open. We'll yeah, just refresh. Yeah. This is a trade, but it's 5 minutes before the open. You got the vol, but you know what? What the hell? We'll do like one small size. Because the idea is this has not invalidated the lows. We've actually had a big reversal. Look at this. Look at the price action on the reversal side. All right, let's see if this is going to play, or I'm going to walk myself into a pre-market flush. Let's see. That's why I took a tiny little bite. If it doesn't work, we'll repair it a little bit later. You notice that I'm very, very conservative on my sizing, just to kind of show you the value of the repairment, right? Um, you could get a lot more aggressive if you were just sort of like, I'm going to take the first couple of moves within the segment, segment being the start of the blue move or the start of the green move or the start of the red move, and just take them in size and basically bet on the fact that the first couple of moves are going to be higher probability than these numbers are. Which, by the way, look at how crappy they are. They're coming down to 76.5 now, although the green one is increasing. So that's better. We're still like session highs, 30,750. We're really markets are just bullish, bullish, bullish. But now here we go. Here comes the pump and dump. I knew I shouldn't have taken it, but that like I said, I like rules, but sometimes I break them. That was the funniest thing, Ben. Okay, here comes a big volatility. I'm just taking a tiny little trade of this yellow-red continuity trade. Just, really, again, shits and giggles. None of this stuff is going to, it just resolved a little bit. I just wanted to showcase this against this was a viable trade. This was actually, this against this was a viable trade. I know where I was, 53 to, that would have worked too. I think I was just in too fixated on this. I didn't realize that I had a engulfing. Okay. All right. Now market open up in a minute. Let's give it a couple of minutes worth of trade, and then we'll come back into it. $25 seconds to the open. Okay, here comes the New York Open. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Look at all those pops. Look at all those pops. Wow. I always think that the 929 candle, if you just simply want to go long for 30 points, right? 2 contracts, that's a funded account right then and there. That first candle almost always is 30 points or more. So it's a pretty easy way to get a funded account. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting test of volatility and everything else, whatever we can survive, because we're staying fixed stops and targets. It'll be interesting to see if we can survive our dot scalping structures. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to 1, 2, 4 instead of 2, 4, 8. Again, dot not invalidated. Next candle. The idea is that that we have a 75% chance of continuity, actually 78% chance of continuity, and we do, There it goes. It totally sweeps up. Um, you could actually make the argument that in the first couple of minutes, you probably have higher probability. You could go larger size, but of course, volatility, you're wrong. It's going to be a $300 drop on you. So depends on how much risk you want to. That was an unnecessary trade, but I was just curious to see if I could get a second trade off of it. The first trade was this trade right over here, and now just unwinding the open, trying to break the lows, and actually getting a yellow confirm to the red side. So if this stays red, we'll try to short this. Big vols. This is always the worst time to trade. I'm just sort of showing you the trades here, and I'm willing to take the hits because they're still relatively small to the account. But it's mostly just to show you the setups, because this is just going to be way too much vol here to be able to trade this properly. But let's see if it's going to work. I guess it worked. It was a 5-point super quick move to the downside, but generally not the time to trade these things, because it can, if it retraces, it just eats your trade really fast. London session lows. We just came back literally from highs to lows in a matter of 5 minutes, right? 200 points up and down. I'm going to wait for the next candle over here. If it breaks the highs, then we're not trading it. If it doesn't break the highs, then we'll try to trade it for continuity. Still really, really big candles, but we'll have fun with them. Wow, that's a really big candle. Let's say 80 to 15. It's 20, 45 point candle. Okay, scalping working in a more, it's sort of a high volatility measured environment, which is good. Now we'll wait to see what happens on the reversal candles. Okay, new dot. So watching this candle, see if it's going to invalidate the highs, and if it doesn't, we'll take the trade. You see why it's very valuable to wait? You see how it totally comes up over here into the super highs? I think it's almost close to invalidating it. And now, yeah, and it invalidates the move. Boom, right? If you follow that candle to the downside, you are stuffed. Now this is what presumably is supposed to make this into an 80% trade. So far today, it's only a 76% trade. Is you don't take these reverse. You basically avoid all of these massive reversal moves, especially I guess the first half hour, and that creates obviously a much better selection process. So you're not stuffed on the reversal move, because when the reversal move comes, they almost inevitably take out the highs of that candle, right? Blue reversal. Let's see if we get a white dot confirm or a red dot decline. Oh, it looks like we're turning it down. Wow. I'm getting a red dot. Not quite a red dot yet, but getting close to setup. There we go. See if that holds. Nope. No dot, no trade. Wow. That was a super big gap. It was like the last, that's why we have to hold to the last second. See, the market's just totally faked you out. See if we get a reversal to the upside. So far, nothing. We're just trading in between. About 15 minutes to the ISM services. So what was this trade? This was the blue candle attempting to rally. The reds swamped it to the downside. Confirmation to the downside. Easy scalp to the downside, right? Boom, boom. So the rule I'm going to follow is trade resolves on that candle. We don't take any additional trade. We wait for the next setup just to give ourselves pace and pause. So we don't rush trades. Red dot candle trade. If the high doesn't get invalidated, we'll try to go for a sell on this one. London session lows get taken out. Market at 3,600. Definitely a little bit of a negative cast here in the first half hour. Big down move. Big down move. Just retraced me at too high. Just took me out. There's just a lot of vol. Too bad. That would have been a good trade if I didn't get the retrace out. But that's fine. See, look at that. Now it's going down my way. I will, in these type of situations, go back again on those types of situations. But I don't want to sort of show you all my bad habits. But yeah, that was a little tough. That was just a volatility burn. All right, we'll stay patient. Let's see. We're going to try to repair this on the next cycle. Yeah, we're just crashing. I mean, it's very, very clear that we're going down. If if it was just me, I'd be selling this like a banshee. But I'm trying to pace you on my on the setup. Okay, that got repaired, but you know, unfortunately, we got clipped on that one. We'll still have a lot of work to do here. But you know, when you got this and you're sort of getting aggressive, you could literally sell every candle. You could see it. And the continuity really, really improves. You see the continuity is already kind of improving a little bit over here. And even the 9 o'clock data is improving, both the .com firms and the other ones. This is a, you know, obviously a clean, clear trend right now. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th dot to the downside. I'm not taking this trade, even though it's a legit trade and it could definitely work. And I've seen 10, 11 trades go consecutively, but just not worth it. We'll give it a little time to consolidate. You know, and that's why, like, because you can see that after 6, 7 tries, it's definitely going to want to retrace a little bit. I should have. Sorry, I'm sleeping at the wheel here. This was the dot. This did not break the lows. I should have shorted this over here into a trade. Sorry, I'm a little bit spacing out. I was thinking about the blue candles, you know, reversing here, but that was a nice clean setup. Here comes the blue reversal. Let's see what it wants to do. I love TET trades. So we'll see. This is going to be a V-shaped move, or is it kind of going to die out here around the 625, and we're going to get some red dots. We can try to take it to the short side. It is far from VWAP. It really, really stretched out. By the way, I'm not trading the pullaways, but like this whole live data dashboard is really useful for that. I mean, look at it, it's telling you 72% on a 10-20 pullaway. These all would have been really, really good trades. This would have been a good trade. 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 We should definitely start incorporating those. I'm just, I want to focus on one thing at a time today. The dot scalp trade is really clean and clear. I wanted to get those clearly organized in your mindset. The turn trades are very clear, and then we can always work on the pull away trades later. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm not moving until this candle closes, and it does not give me the reversal. It does not. Dies out. Oh, we got 5 minutes to ISM also. I guess we shouldn't trade. I guess I'll hold off until ISM passes. Tempting to want to trade this though, but we'll wait. There's no need to come into the volatility vortex. Hey, anybody in LA? Anybody in the room from LA? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm just curious. Anybody? So we are in between this. The bulls and bears are having a tug of war. Let's see how we resolve it. Slope is positive, however. So it's a lot of work for the bears to do here. They got to really bring it down. If they're kind of holding it around the 8 SMA, slope is positive. Maybe they want to, just pause till they rally it. So let's watch this next candle. It could be interesting to see how it plays out. Slope's still positive. The sells are pressing it. The slope's still positive. Yeah. 2 minutes to the news event. I'll be right back, guys. All right, back. How's the data? Ooh, kind of ugly, but not a lot of reaction. Oh no, sorry. I'm looking at the previous. So still, let's see how it's looking. Better. Wow, significantly better. New orders better. Durable goods is good. Factory orders is better. This is my whole prices paid is lower. It's pretty bullish. All right, let's see if this is going to translate into a bullish signal for us. Slope turned red, so candle is not cooperating just yet. We have to get the positive slope. Yeah, this is all like my whole, the rebirth of manufacturing in America thesis. And it's definitely playing itself out. I'm going to stay patient, wait for the dot, even though, it looks like it's positive, but let the price action confirm that. Double bottom, but not a lot of, run back up, and the VWAP is standing up here. Let's see what it wants to do. Oh, there we go. Maybe we're gonna get the green run. And we're done. That was like in and out, just a perfect timed clean trade into the move. Now we can just wait and see if this candle doesn't invalidate the lows here, and see if we can get a little bit more continuity on the move here. And get done again. Just a scalp and a scalp and a scalp. Again, timing, structure, done. I did not quite get it up to the 300 for you guys on both accounts. I did get it on one of them, right? That one almost went to 300. This one, we had to go back and forth. But that's because, I did a lot of spec trades. I probably lost about 80, 90 bucks in just, fuck around trades. But the thing that I really kind of want to emphasize is how controlled these setups are, right? You're never really, really deep in the red. If you do a good job on them, you can be way ahead. And more importantly, I absolutely think you could do this with larger size. I mean, these setups, when you find yourself in this favorable, dot run, which inevitably happens, really, really create a huge opportunity. So I hope you guys liked it. I mean, I hope you guys liked the new variant. And we still have lots more stuff to do. We have like for example, the pull away, look at the dot confirm is actually showing a 74% accuracy, and a pull away is showing a 72% accuracy on this. So both of those are really good positional setups. I wonder now, now I think what we're going to do is, instead of doing like all of these separate tables, now that I know that I can feed live data and I can create different rule sets for each live data. So we could have, I don't even think I need this upcoming trade set. We can do dot confirm, pull away, green dot held long, red dot held long, and then yellow candle, blue candle, confirm, and rejection, right? And we can just have them all logged here in real live time against the last 24 hours, the max time on the screen, and it'll give us some really, really good data sets. What do you think? Guys, let me give me some feedback on how you'd like to see this, because I think if we do this in like a setup structure separation, it's easy to see the whole caboodle. Yes, no, let me know, because I'm going to work on the UI, and then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possible setups, giving us really lots of opportunities to trade. Give me a +1 if you like it. +2 if you think no, you just want to leave it alone. Thanks, Cheryl. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be really, really good. It'll be really, really valuable for us to refer to it as a source. Magritte likes it. Neil likes it. Thank you, guys. A little bit more. Weigh in, guys. Weigh in. I want to see you. Think about this. It makes a huge difference, right? In terms of like understanding what's working, what's not working. Keeping you anchored to not do lots of FOMO trades, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to just call them bearish engulfing, bullish engulfing dots. So this is a bullish engulfing. So bullish engulfing, we're going to go long here. Good job. Good job. Right? So bullish engulfing is green engulfing the yellow, or green engulfing the blue. And the bearish engulfing is red engulfing the blue, and red engulfing the yellow. Very simple. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that creates the whole table. A little bit of a division for each section, and then we can really see how those are playing out. What do you guys think? Yes? No? Everybody's so quiet today, man. I think, is everybody trading, or are you guys just kind of like pieced out today? Nobody's talking to me today. I'm feeling very lonely. I'm tired of talking to myself here. Michael's trying to, everybody's focused. I got everybody like zoned in on these dot trades that nobody's like. It's like when you make a good meal, and nobody at the table is talking because they're all focused on eating. That's how I feel like you guys are all focused on trading today. Nobody really wants to bother bullshitting today. All right, I got to run because Kay's got, of course, scheduled up the wazoo for me. But I really like this. So live structure, bullshit. Like now we got everything at our fingertips. Decision support tools, proper colors, dots. We're ready to go. Ready for bear. Ready to play. Right? Totally ready to play. Okay, I'm very, very excited. I'm actually super excited. I love the fact that we have live data feed. That is such a cool little thing. And I got to say that somebody in London actually asked me for that. So hopefully, the best ideas come from you guys is what I'm trying to say. So if you have anything on your mind that you want to try and do, I'm happy to try to help you out and implement it. All right, I'm going to run, guys. Thank you so much. Really a lot of fun. I'll see everybody in Asia tonight, 7 o'clock, okay? Oh, and there's a siren. It was so quiet. It was almost a day without sirens, but of course, we finish up with a siren as always. Thank you, guys. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Yeah, Ben says green. It's so bad. Ben, I got to steal that quote. What is that shit? I got to go back to that quote, Ben. Oh, my God. Wait, hold on. I got to cut and copy your quote because that is one for the ages. I thought that was so funny. Oh, man, where are you? Oh, I prefer rules, but sometimes I break them. Yeah, I love that. I love that. I'm gonna screenshot that. All right, man. Thank you, guys. Everybody have a great day. Take care. Bye.